Hello everyone, it's Kirk from The Next Level Now. I have started on this journey of personal development and personal growth through trials and tribulations that occurred in my life as I progressed from being a brand new chiropractic practitioner and a brand new spouse twice, and having children and raising them and going through all of these new experiences. I had no real big rule book or textbook to teach me how to do these things. And you start learning how to do them, and you learn how to fail, and you learn how to fall down and pick yourself back up. And as you're going through all of that, and you're keeping an eye on what's going on in the world around you, and a perfect example of this would be sports. So it's time to relax. It's the end of the day, or it's the end of the week, and it's Sunday, and I'm a big Steeler fan, so I'm watching the Steelers. And you watch these kids come onto the scene. They come out as unknowns for most of us. I mean, think back to the days when Ben Roethlisberger first came out as a pro for the Steelers. Who ever heard of him? He went to Miami of Ohio, for heaven's sakes. Talk about confusing. I thought Miami was in Florida. But here he is, this young kid, and suddenly he bursts onto the scene. And you start to think to yourself, wow, wouldn't that be awesome to be able to do that, to just step into it, and there you are, this superstar and this giant contract winner. You get all this money. But you see, we don't see the part behind the scenes. And I can remember taking my son, Patrick, who is now the chiropractor out at my old office, and we would take him to these various soccer games, and we'd be at rec league soccer, and we'd be at the developmental leagues, and we kept taking him to all these places. It was taking hours and hours of our time. It was taking tons of money because you have to pay for the instruction, you have to pay for the equipment, and you have to pay for the travel, and there's overnight travel, and we're in Ohio, we're in New York, we're in Maryland, we're in New Jersey, we're all over Pennsylvania, taking him to do these things. And this is what these families and these support teams that are around these young kids that burst onto the scene and become superstars. To us, it's overnight. But to them, they've put years and years and years worth of work into doing this. My point on this is, look, you are not going to be an overnight success. There's just no way, because people don't do that. It's so extremely rare that you fall into somebody who has just picked up the game of football and became a superstar. It just doesn't happen. What they did was they moved incrementally, a little bit at a time, towards that vision, that goal that they had in mind. So one of the things that I've started doing and started thinking about probably a year or so ago, I started this. I thought, wonder what would happen if I challenged myself to grow just 0.25% a day. So if I did something just a little bit better today than I did yesterday, and each morning I write that. It's right here in my journal, and I write, today I want to be 0.25% better than I was yesterday, and I'm going to do that today by focusing on my communication. And tomorrow I might write something different. I'm going to be 0.25% better today than I was yesterday, because I'm going to focus on listening with intention, whatever it is, and that helps put my mind and focuses me on these things that I recognize that I need to get better at if I'm going to step into being the next level of myself, step into being that better me. And you see, that's what personal development is all about. We start to recognize the fact, we start to look at ourselves and realize, these are some areas where I'm not as good as I should be, and if I was better at them, I bet I could achieve faster. So I'm hoping that this material is something that is useful to you. I hope you enjoy it. Remember, that's what we're all about. Tamika Thomas, excuse me, and I at The Next Level Now. Please go to our The Next Level Now YouTube channel. Check out our videos. Check out our podcast. Tamika and I just sit down. We pick a topic and we just kind of bounce it back and forth. And you're actually watching, as you're watching these podcasts, the development of our company. You're watching the development of what we're trying to accomplish and what we're trying to do to serve you. That's what this is all about. So check out her Facebook page, Tamika Thomas on Facebook. And make sure that you like, follow, and share all this information. If you're interested, please don't be afraid to comment in the space below, and I will certainly respond to it. I enjoy engaging with you. And if you have something that's a little more private and you wish to DM me right here on Facebook, please do that. Don't be afraid. This is what we're about. This is what we're trying to do, is help you become that better you. All right, hey, thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.